Hi everyone, this is Eldad Amara, and this is my channel Eyes Wide Shut. Today I'm interviewing two people. One is Caitlin and the other one's Vanna, and they have a platform which is called, do you want to say the name?
Inspiration Sovereign Community.
Inspiration Sovereign Community. Okay, so I'm interviewing them today about their channel and also everyday issues. Right, so first question is, how long have you both known each other, and how did you first meet?
We've actually known each other since we were very small. We were probably about 3-4 years old. I happened to spend a lot of time with my grandmother that lived in the same street as me.
Okay.
And then we kind of got playing out in the street, and we've known each other ever since. Very long time.
Okay, very, very long time.
Yeah.
Okay, so did you both start the platform Inspiration Sovereign Community together?
Yeah.
Or who was the idea behind this platform?
Do you want to say how you started?
Yeah, well, we were actually in another group, and that didn't go too well, to be honest with you. But it was a guy that ran this group, and he became sort of quite abusive, quite controlling, and it wasn't working. So we came out, and then we decided, we had a chat, didn't we? And we thought, well, what are we going to do? You know, we're not going to want to just leave things. So we just had a chat about it and decided that we were going to set up our own group.
Okay.
And kind of both had a chat. We came up with all these different names, and we thought, yeah.
We agreed, didn't we? With the names we sent. And we didn't know where we started to do it, but we was trying to...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, who came up with the actual channel name then? Was it one of you, both of you together? Or?
Yeah. We came up with all different things, and I think it was mainly you, Van, that
I wouldn't say, I'd say we're just shifting words around.
Yeah.
And we were both in agreement, and I think it was both of us, because we were both trying to amalgamate different words, what we were going to say, and it came, yes, we agree with this.
Yeah.
Let's go with this one. Yeah, because it meant everything. Sovereignty, you're sovereign. Community being the people.
Yeah.
And community, communities being the people. You know what I'm saying? Inspiration means anybody could put anything in. Freedom, whether it's art, words you want to speak about, anything to do with today's going on in just your life, and just inspire people with all good things if they can,
for people to use the platform to be able to bring good things. Everyone's got something to talk about, haven't they?
Yeah.
Okay. So, what opened your minds to the feeling that there was something wrong in the world? Because obviously people wake up at different times, don't they? Yeah. And we all experience something different, and there's obviously a trigger point that makes you think to yourself, hang on a minute, something does not feel right with the world. So, can you tell me when you both started to wake up? As I say, people don't always wake up at the same time. Yeah, and it might be something that triggers them to wake up.
Yeah, different levels, different times. I was saying, me and you.
Yeah. Well, what it was for me, I was with a partner who was quite awake and tried to, he would put some stuff up on YouTube or on the internet, and he showed me Pizzagate with the 2 children.
Okay.
That got abused and all that kind of stuff. And although I wasn't kind of awake to it, it was kind of going in. And then when the whole thing came out about the, what, in 2020, and then, I actually saw it on the TV because I was watching TV then.
Yeah.
And when I saw that, I was kind of, that, this is they're gonna say it's over here. It's not real. But the thing that really got me was when they said when it came down to the whats.
Yeah.
They said that they felt that everybody in the world needed to be, to have that shot.
Yeah.
and that just didn't add up for me. It
Yeah.
was no, there's definitely something wrong.
Yeah.
There's more to this.
Yeah.
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 I mean, for me, it was a case of when they said about this thing, I thought, oh my gosh, I did think it was military. But if it was a bioweapon, I thought I can't breathe that in. So I did do the first thing, a little bra across my mouth, not to breathe the air. But I was not believing about taking any kind of form of help, because I had that in 2009.
Okay.
And I nearly dropped dead with that one.
Yeah.
And from that, similar thing, that's caused the disease I got, the illnesses I got today. And so I would never ever have one ever again.
Yeah.
And so therefore that was a long time. I thought, no matter what it is, I'm not taking anything. And so, and it was also the media saying, oh, it's repeating the same information. And I thought, how can it get from there to there? So I thought there's something going on. I did feel it was not through a disease floating, but more of a case this was planted.
Yeah.
I'm being honest, because it didn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
It didn't make sense, and it's not until my grandkids came over to see me, and I didn't want them to catch whatever I got, and what it was, we embraced each other, and I thought no, and then when I started hearing, like yourself, when we were hearing, oh, save Granny, I thought I would never ever ever have my children save me, never, and my grandchildren especially, because I would save my grandchildren. I'd lie down for my grandchildren.
Yeah.
So it would never be that I sacrificed my children's body for mine.
Yeah.
So that was another thing.
But that's how they got people, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Like,
because for Granny to be scared of them, no. So
But so many things came out around about the same time, wasn't it?
yeah.
Because obviously it started off in 2019 in South China, yeah, and then next minute it was being spread worldwide. And then they were trying to bring out some vaccine. Several different companies were trying to bring out different vaccines, and the test and the trial, it didn't really seem like it was a proper test or trial, but
Came out quite quick,
it
didn't
came
it?
out, yeah, it came out quite
So quick.
quite quickly.
Yeah.
Most things take probably a couple of years to be tested
Probably 10.
And
tried.
even then, people still
They
didn't twig onto that, let just that alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you would have been a trial anyway, wouldn't you? Because if it came out so quick, you wouldn't know the knock-on effects for years to come.
Yeah.
Would you?
And another thing I never understood is why people were taking this thing, but they weren't looking at what was actually in it. Yeah, what's it?
You're in delusion that you're not free, and government can tell you what to do. No, they can't.
Yeah.
You have to. You're free yourself. If you don't want to go through a door, don't go through a door.
Yeah.
Your physical free will.
Yeah.
And they tried to shut you down with that.
MK Ultra all the way.
Oh yeah, and they tried to prison free speeches, which are not prisoning paedophiles. The quickness of that. I mean, that BBC, which I don't have a TV and I don't watch BBC. BBC, what's his name? You, someone got all down those, of people, and yet you're slap on the wrist now. You go and there's people that's speaking out their freedom of choice of speaking.
Yeah.
Alternative information, yet still you're locked up. It's who owns the justice system? You have to beg to wonder who, and don't mention the king, because the king is treasonous if you don't represent the people, but he's not even acknowledging anything. So what's the point of having a king? What's the point of having one family if they're not doing anything? What is the point of having it? Who does he represent? Well, we know who represents.
It's a load of bullshit, isn't it? With all this royal
Emperor has no
system,
clothes. I mean, it's not my king. I don't have a royal family. I'm not into royal family. I don't believe in royals. Yeah.
Certain things since 2020 are still staying in place, haven't they? Such as the QR code.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Don't have to use it though.
That's still in place, so there's a number of things, but I think personally myself that 2020 was just a trial.
Of course it
Was
was.
something bigger to come.
Yeah.
Because if you look at the World Economic Forum and the UN, they're both unelected bodies,
Yeah.
and they're both talking about 2030 and the Great Reset.
Yeah.
So was 2020 just a trial?
It's 2009 when they done the swine flu, because
Okay.
like I said, you died, and I think that was a trial then.
Oh,
Because-
definitely. They
Because
yeah,
2020,
it was.
2009 when the swine flu um, thing. I came out with all of what you see, with what the allergies, all the reactions, and they died. I think that was the testing before the 2020. They knew they've got to rush it and push it, and you know, like you run with your basket of eggs and you crack some on the way. I think that's what's happened to them. That's why they're speeding it up. Do you know?
Yeah. Can I ask another question? Right. So if you had to interview someone, who was it you'd like to interview on your channel, on your platform?
Richard Phobes?
Yeah, I'd go with Richard Phobes, definitely.
And
Alan
why?
Miller I'd like to, because he's been doing such good work. He don't just cover digital and all that, he covers a range of things. He lets you know what's going on, what bills are being passed under our noses, whilst we're focusing somewhere else. So, you know, and he's been doing some great work with the 50-minute cities, let you know what's going on with the councils, and, you know, so he's got a wide, so I'd love to, you know, be in visit, with him.
Yeah.
I can't remember, who did I say?
Your other,
It was Mark Steele, wasn't
Mark
it?
Steele,
Yeah.
because he's done great work when he's talking about the 5G, which is true. I mean, the 5G and the dangers and the radiation that's coming out, and all signed up ready for those who've had the medicine, we'll say. So, and there was one I was
Can't
thinking of.
remember.
Mark
It's
Steele,
one
there was
that
one
you
that really.
quite.
Oh, I know Lee Dawson.
Yes, that's
Lee
I'd
it.
like to do Lee Dawson. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I like Lee Dawson.
Okay.
'Cause
Why is that?
Because he's a blunt speaker, he's raw, and he says it as it is, and I like that, because I'm a bit like that.
So mine is obviously Richard Phobes too.
Laura Nina, you said.
Laura Nina,
Yeah,
I've been following her for quite some time because she's just an ordinary person, just one of us. She, you know, she does have a platform now. She's got a lot of followers and things.
Yeah.
And she's covered a lot of interesting stuff throughout the last 5 years. I mean, regarding all the taxes we pay, like council tax, you know, because we know that we shouldn't be paying it.
Yeah.
Because we all know where our taxes go.
And
the fuel bills and things like that, you know, like your electric meters and gas meter, like she's put her own in, but she'll talk through how you go about it and what you're up against and things like that. And my last one is, well, there's many others, but my third one is Jamie Freeman.
Yeah,
I really like Jamie Freeman.
Yeah.
I've been following him for a long time.
okay.
His lives are really good. He covers loads and loads of different topics. He's quite a very intelligent guy.
Okay.
He's quite free, isn't he? He really is free. He doesn't comply with anything. And
no, not at all.
he's very free.
And
has he got a large following?
He's got a good following, and
Okay.
he's also very fluent. He knows what he's talking about. And he spends so much time in doing all this, putting it all together. Do you know what I mean? For the people, and he's got a passion as well. He really does want things. You know, he wants people to understand. He wants people to know what's going on. And he really does. That comes across in his videos and things like that.
And he simplifies things, doesn't he? He simplifies and explains it quite well, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And alternative medicines and things.
Yeah, he
organic
does that.
medicines.
He does do alternative stuff, medicines and stuff. Yeah.
So another question I want to ask you, guys. Some people say that you're just a bunch of conspiracy theorists, you know, people who think like you do, not like the general population, but that you just make things up, or, you know, your view of the world isn't the way that the world really is. What do you say about that?
Say thank you.
Yeah, and you know, it's no longer a conspiracy once it's out there. You know, there's too much in your face now how people cannot see it by now. It's just hard for me to comprehend, to be honest. I just can't.
I agree, because I think conspiracy, for me, the definition of conspiracy means truth speaker.
Yeah.
And I think truth speaker and critical thinker, and I just think it's nice to be labelled that. It's not It's not, you know, I think we're different, and we're different eggs, different species, I think. But but yeah, so no, I'm proud. We should actually carry badges.
I mean, it was kind of designed by the globalists anyway, that word, so that we would be boo-booed at.
Well,
do you know what I mean?
I've heard it was actually something that the CIA came up with.
Yeah.
Yeah, in America. So they labelled anyone who was thinking differently from the mainstream.
That's right.
Yeah, they called them conspiracy theorists.
Yeah.
Now, in order to be a conspiracy theorist, there needs to be more than two.
Yeah, to conspire.
People to conspire.
Yeah.
I'm not conspiring because I don't work with anyone else in that kind of sense. I've been doing quite a lot of videos, and yeah, I've put myself out there, but I don't really see myself as a conspiracy theorist because I'm not actually working in association with any other groups, and I'm sure there's a lot of other content creators that are out there speaking the truth, and they don't conspire with anyone else, you know.
Yeah.
I think they're the conspirators, because they're trying to conspire your brain to think the way they want you to think, so you're not, you can't, you know, think out your own box. I mean, we've all got our own brain, our own mind. That's why, you know, we are unique beings, and we should be able to say and think how we want to. As long as we're not physically hurting anyone.
Yeah.
I think, you know. Yeah.
I mean, all we're doing is trying to get the truth out, really.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
Because we have been lied to all our lives.
Yeah.
Everything's been taught differently to program us from school, from churches where you go to whichever, to program your way of thinking, that this is the truth, to find that history's lied, they've hidden history, they've actually, that's why they break down and change the roads or change your buildings to take away the history so you can't look back and follow history. But yeah, so for me, I don't care. I love the name conspiracy. I'm on. For me, I'm on the right side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. So, what do you think about the news then? The mainstream news, because a lot of people believe everything that's in the mainstream news. Yeah.
So sad.
And the news, they're not conspiracy theorists, are they?
No, they're
but
not.
we are. Yeah. So, what do you think about mainstream news? Do you think
they're owned, aren't they, by the same people, aren't they? They're owned by the same people, so they put out what they want us to hear. Like, you know, the news is there to on the TV box, that little square thing, and it is like to tell the vision and tell the lie and show. Let's do acting, and I'll show something. I'll show something that goes on in the bomb, and you just make sure I put a helmet on and I'm reporting, and it gives that vision of, oh my God, look what's happening, you know, and it's not true. And the countries that they say are evil is the opposite way around. You know, the ones that they say, oh, the Russians are this or this and that, you know. I think you've got a lot to answer for, because you want people to hate, to do a lot of hating, and not really checking out, well, how do you know? Because the news told me so. Like, oh, because the news, you know. So if you're going to rely on the news, then good luck to you. Because that means to say you've not got the intelligence to go and search and find your own information and research.
It's very clever, I think, they invented
it's
TV,
very
and
good.
like I said, even radio, because even when you know, you might innocently just switch on the radio and you're going around doing your housework or whatever you're doing, and it's still penetrating. It's all kind of brainwashing.
We switch it off, don't we? We can't stand it. If I sit on, I said, you know, 'cause you're in the car, and they've fixed BBC and everything, can't they? So when you see, oh God, and I turn it off quick. I can't stand to even hear whatever you've got to say. So the sad thing is, when they do go to tell you something great, I won't be listening, because I can't trust your lies. They're lies. They tell lies.
And they talk about the news being independent, but when you turn over your TV channels onto different news, they're broadcasting the same thing.
Yeah.
So how independent are they?
That's true.
Echoing the same language.
Yeah.
Repeating the same thing to try and penetrate it in your head.
Yeah.
This is where MK Ultra comes in. You see, it can only work on some people. It can't work on others. Some people, after that, if I kept saying yellow, 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 and I say, what's your favourite colour? Somebody say, oh, yellow, because that's the thing that penetrating your head. But if you think, oh, I'm going to say, oh, red, because you're not allowing your brain to be consumed with penetration of information that you don't think. That's why I was not good in school, because you said to yourself, and we haven't been good at school because they say, oh, you're bad at school, you don't really even though I passed my courses and that, in the end, do you know what I'm saying? In different ways, I went to college and done it, but I done it my way.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, the reason why you're not good at school, because what they tell you is because you're not indoctrinated. You can't be indoctrinated. 2 and 2's not adding up. That don't make sense. And the lesson becomes boring because it doesn't resonate with your psyche, where you're thinking, well, that don't make sense. Well, why is it that then? So you ask questions and you're told you're cheeky and you have to be stood in the corner or whichever, because you're questioning the very narrative they're trying to sell to you.
Yeah.
Like you're thinking, oh, hang on a minute, well, that don't make sense. Well, why is that then? Well, I'm telling you, back in our day, they used to write on the boards, never told you nothing, you had to copy. So whatever it is, just copy it off the board, you know what I'm saying? Didn't they? So nobody ask questions, just copy it off the board, put it in your little exercise book, and that's what you did. No, we didn't.
Yeah.
You told me to copy that off the board. Don't know what I'm writing, I'm just copying it.
Yeah.
And to think as well, like, you used to be given homework as well, so the conditioning went on even
after school.
Yeah.
More programming, and to involve your parents in it. Oh, mum, what's this? Oh, that. Can you help me with this? Because teacher said you got to do this. Well, what's that? Well, I don't know how to do it. Well, and then you're telling the child's telling the parent, well, we got to do it this way.
Yeah.
Seriously, even when you're in school, I mean, like you're left-handed, I'm right-handed, you're forced to put a pencil in a certain hand.
Yeah.
You're forced to hold your knife and fork in a certain way.
Yeah.
You know, is that indoctrination from young to old? Well,
it seems a little like a prison type system.
Well, it looks like a prison.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because when you go in prison, right, you got classrooms, your cell, you go in the cell, right, and then when you come out for dinner, the bell rings, doesn't it? And then you come out on the tray. They got the trays. In the schools, I worked in the school. They've got the trays, just like the prison. And then you go back to your cell. But the difference is, kids could go home till the next day.
Yeah. Bell ringing as well.
Bell ringing. Stand to a can't have a wee mind.
Yeah.
Oh no, we all got to pee the same time.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
There's a famous scientist. I think his name was Carl Jung.
Yeah.
And he used to have a bell, and he rang this bell. And dogs would then know when they had to eat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So he kind of trained dogs through ringing a bell. I'm sure it's called Jung. But that same thing that we have when we're in schools, having a bell ring, or going to a church.
Yeah.
Yeah. The ringing of the bell is a form of conditioning. You know?
Well, they tell you to sit down in a church. Don't like them. They don't. You can all stand up. Now you may all sit down. Now you may all stand up again, and you can all put in your pockets. And we've got a nice little tray. Put your shillings on there, pennies.
Yeah.
Because we need to put the roof of the church. But you won't open that church for the homeless there.
No,
You're sleeping on the floor outside in the cold, and you've got benches they can sleep on. Oh no, we don't do that. And then we're sitting, do you know what I mean? Preaching. I don't believe in the church myself.
Neither do I.
I'm not a church person.
No.
No. Hypocrites they are.
Yeah, going back to the mainstream media, have you noticed that when you're watching the news, about every 15 to 20 minutes they keep repeating the same story. It goes around in a loop.
Yes, it does.
It keeps going around in a loop, and I'll be like that 24/7. Right? It just keeps going round in a loop. But apparently this idea came from Germany, yeah? Because during the time of Hitler, they want to try and brainwash the masses. So what they said is to keep a lie simple, right? Keep a lie simple, and also to keep it going round in a loop. So a lie would eventually seem like it's the truth.
Yeah.
So keep the lie, keep it simple, and keep it in a loop. Yeah, and that's how they've managed to brainwash a lot of the German citizens. And if you look at the news in this country and in America, yeah, they keep looping the news, you know, so eventually it's going to sit in your mind, and you're going to take that as the truth, regardless of whether it's the truth or it's a lie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, let's go on. Next question. Your channel, was it aimed particularly at any types of individuals? Was it aimed at men, women, teenagers, people from a certain ethnic background? What was the aim of the target?
Yeah, just
everybody, anybody, free speech,
that's
free
why it's
freedom.
Called, you know, inspirational shopping community. It's for everybody.
Yeah.
You know, because as we all know that we're all, you know, they're trying to causes big division, which is, you know, is kind of working.
Yeah.
Ignorance makes it work.
Yeah, and we're just trying to
Embrace anybody.
We know that
don't care who you are. Just come in, innit?
we all need to come. We all need to come together, don't we?
We haven't got to agree with what my way of thinking is not.
We
yours.
got one enemy.
Absolutely. Look above. Look out there. They're not in the things. They're not
amongst us.
No, they're not.
Okay.
No, they're not.
Yeah.
United we stand. Once we get that in our heads, stand united. We are all being used against each other. It's always happened through history. They use the people against the people, and there's only one big fat enemy who's holding all the cards, and they're afraid of us. Let's believe they are afraid of us. Because they take. That's why they do it, because they want you to not unite. Once you connect,
divide and rule.
Exactly, all these marches to one place, all these marches to, there's only one place to march. There's only one place to march. You know?
Yeah. Can I ask you this other question? Have you ever had any abuse online or anyone disagreeing with your views? Because obviously with your platform, you know, sometimes you get trolls and...
Yeah. But
we've never really had that, not that I'm aware of. Are you aware of it?
No, I'm not aware of that, because we let anybody say what they want to say.
It's...
You know, if they've got agenda and they feel, no, this ain't right, well, we don't agree with that, that's fine, that's your opinion. And we don't say, well, that's rubbish.
But I don't think I've never come across that, never.
No, people put anything in, don't they? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what's your views then on online safety? Because we had this online safety bill that is now law, and it was given, and it was given royal assent by King Charles.
Well, your king, not mine.
Yeah, not mine either.
So it's not my lord, not my king, not my monkey, not my circus, as they say.
Exactly, yeah.
I'd still like to get your views and opinions on online safety bill.
Well, when they say online safety for whom? I mean,
children.
Well, no. Well, I can understand children if you know, but then stop putting the filth up there. Then, if they're so concerned, get the filth off first. All the dirty filth that you have on there. Deal with all the pedos, that's secondly. That's very good safety. Do you know what I'm saying? Stop putting your little real dirty filthiness that people got to pass.
They'll keep it all on.
Yeah, of course they will. And the thing, if you're online, I said, and I don't have a TV, but I noticed that when people have a TV, there's adult channel for free. When you paying for a cartoon for your kids.
Yeah.
Then I suggest you pay for your adult child differently, dirty filth, and the cartoon's free for the children. Secondly, when you're doing an online safety bill and they want to bring this ID thing in the France and Germany and it's Italy, they've got a mandatory for ID. I think it's 91,000 in Germany. Is it 70,000 odd for Italy? 71,000, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, and 37,000 for UK. So for immigrants coming in, as they say, all the immigrants are coming, the immigrants are coming in. So we want to give you all these ID things to make sure you're all safe and we can monitor the immigration. But if that's the case then, and in Germany and Italy and France got the highest percentage of immigrants, and this is also including people that come over illegally and not legal, that also have jobs that they do, like 6 months they can work and then go back, that kind of thing. So they're also included. Now, when we do the same over their country, go over and do a work permit, get a little visa to work for a certain amount of time over there for experience of different lands. So if that's the case, it works. Tell me this, right? 37,000 in UK. So if it doesn't work for the Germans and the Italians and the French for 90,000, how is it going to work, this ID, for, so say, controlling the immigrants? Do you know what I mean? The illegal immigrants. And let's not forget, people, but they also, this government, we don't want to make this mistake where they, like they did with the Windrush, rush out the Caribbeans and all that out of the country, then when they had their legal stay of staying, previous, like a few years before all this, you never had no room then. You rushed them out and they were lawful. They came over and built the national health. They were the ones that stayed here from when they helped build up this country after the war.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even their war they were fighting.
Yeah.
So if that's the case then, How can you make it like it's sounding like, oh, well, we need this to monitor? That's got nothing to do with monitoring. Get your law enforcement. If that person shouldn't be here, then off it goes. You know, off they go. You know, vice versa. But let's not make the mistake that we're shoving every ethnic person out the country because they're looking brown skin, dark skin, and whatever skin, and say that they all, well, they're immigrants. Do you know what I'm saying? When they could be lawfully, legally got their stay. Secondly, is a tech thing. It's a tech thing. And if you're talking about ID, have not people got their birth certificate, the fraudulent birth certificate, and they got their driving license? You know, that's another form of ID.
Yeah.
Do you know? So let's not pretend this is all the benefit to save harm the people, because it doesn't reflect any of it.
No.
So I'm against it. It don't sound like it dwells into with it. So that's my opinion.
I second that.
Do you think it infringes on our free speech?
Absolutely, and that's why they want it. You see, they want to bring this migration. I personally believe, this is my belief.
Yeah.
It's my free will of belief that they've done this, so they're in your face. People say, "Oh my God, we need a saviour. Oh, we know we need to get them out. All right, bring the United Nations in.
Yeah.
That's what the plan of the 20 Gen. In they come. Ain't about them. They're just there to look. It's like a tiger in a cage, and you're prodding it. Oh my God, that tiger, it could kill us.
Yeah.
You know, and it might be tamed.
Yeah.
Do you understand me?
Yeah.
It's the illusion sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, the vision. Do you understand me? So when that happens, and they're going to go in there, and they're saying this, the United Nations wants, oh yeah, they're falling for it. Oh, let them just, let them aim at the working class, the poor people, or whatever the people. Look at them, they're fighting age members. So you can't fight yourself? You're not fighting age? You got your veterans? Well, what they've done is, they're not telling you, is that they've got your British Army in Ukraine, and you don't know that, but they shouldn't be in Ukraine.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Why is it that American soldiers are fighting in Israel, you know, for Israel, against the Palestinians, to ethnic cleanse? Please wake up, people, and smell the coffee. Once you call in, we want help. We want, and I'm going to be very clear. I'm not into Nigel Farage, because I think he's another one past the baton. He's all for that, you know. Come on, do you know what I'm saying? You can see the picture there. And the thing is then, so when you do that, oh come on, let's rescue us. United Nation walks in, and you're all done for. The ones that you think the immigrants, you too, you're all about dinghy. Do you know you're talking about the dinghy and boats? It just fumes in. I'm very passionate. Did you know UK with France? It's BlackRock that's got the boats and the vans and the lorry. Do you know what I mean? Bring these little dinghies in. Let's put them on a boat quickly. You know, pocketeer, actors, whichever you want to call it. On you go. Right. Oh, I seen them there. Why are they in the hotel? Don't blame the immigrants in the hotel. Blame the hotel owner. How much profit you making?
Yeah.
What cup in hand have you got going on? Do you know what I'm saying? So you're blaming them. I mean, if somebody said to me, "Oh, you got a free phone," now I'd take it. They say, "Oh, look, I'll tell you what, bring a kiss, go, you know, or me, you know, or I'll go in the hotel for, oh, cheap, I don't have to pay nothing." Do you know what I'm trying to say? So let's not look at them. Let's start looking who's put them there, who's funding this, who owns the hotel, and do you know what I mean? So don't pretend. So the dinghy comes from France. It goes back in a lorry, back to France. UK have bought and sold. I'm just saying. Wake up, people. Your government. You stop looking at each other. It's time to unite now. Stop looking at each other. Because it was always, history's always proven, and I'm black and I'm white, right? And this is it. You know, I'm sat between you both. That's what make me. I'm gonna be true. It never works when you say a black person turns to the white, because look, they done Black Lives Matter, even though that was provocateurs. It didn't have the effect they wanted, because what happened? White people felt guilty. No, we're not having this. They united. So they were, oh my God, that didn't work. I know. Let's do it the other way around. Let's do it the other way around. It always works the other way around, and just it does. Because institutionalized racism, I'm not racist, but you do, because your mouth opens and says, for example, say there's a murderer or a rapist or a thief or a crook, the sooner they see the shade of the skin, put them back on the boats. As soon as they see the shade, you don't see it to a white person, put them back on the boats. You always see a shade of skin and think, you know, coming over. Well, they wouldn't be coming over if you didn't steal out the country, for one. You colonised all the country, you ripped out the wealth of the country. It's in the British Museum, doesn't belong to the British. So let's go there with the Commonwealth of land that you've stolen, and you've got the nerve to say, oh, they're coming over, having a phone. So what? That's the least they got is a phone. At least you got more than your country, and that's why England become wealthy.
It's funny as well.
There's so much passion.
Well, they've done it intentionally.
Oh,
it's
so
all done by
smart.
design, because
It's brilliant psyop. It's a brilliant psyop, because
yeah.
the people are falling for it, and they think they're in their truth, and they're not. They don't get it.
What was you going to say?
No, I was just going to say, it's all done. I've lost my trail, but I was. I can't remember. Anyway, it might come back to me in a minute.
I was going to say also, if you look at it, you got it's, two different groups of people, but they're committing the same types of crime.
Yes.
But they're labelled
Yeah.
differently.
Yeah.
They've got different stereotypes for one group of people and for another group of people, but they're committing the same crimes.
Yeah.
You know, it's like during the 1980s when we had mugging. Now, mugging is just armed. It's just armed robbery, yeah. So that was labelled. Mugging was labelled as a black crime.
Yes.
Yeah,
Exactly.
during the 80s, that was labelled as a black crime. But if a white person committed the same crime, it was given a different name. It wasn't called mugging. And then you had things such as the sus laws and all that, you know. And it was predominantly young black males that were being targeted under the sus laws.
Yeah.
So it's funny how you got one set of rules for one group of people and another set of laws and rules for another lot of people, but they're committing the same type of offence.
Do you know what you say? That is true, because I'll tell you why. When you listen to the news, they'll say a man did this, man murdered. You know that's a white man. But when it's a black man, a young black youth, black this, Asian, whatever, they use every colour to the skin to say the same crime. So don't say any, just say man, because they're all men. All pedos are pedos.
Yeah.
Let's not say, let's say grooming gang.
Yeah,
Asian grooming gang, come on. They're pedos. But do you know what I mean? So why don't we say, oh, politician grooming gang? Why don't we say white man grooming gang? Why say Andrew in the Pants grooming gang? Why is it that when it comes to ethnicity that they say they're a grooming gang? And yet you've got up in the government, the politicians, and is it Edward Eve or whatever it is? You know all the crimes that they've been doing, and yet still, they still use you. It's like they'll say, oh, predator, da-da-da. It's like saying the black man's the bogeyman. No, it's true, and it's history repeating itself, and it's got to stop. It's got to be people, oh, put them on their boats. Oh, send them back to where? Because do you know where you came from? Europeans all travelling to the, because it was black people here first. That's what they don't realise. Black people was here first. With their, you know, do you know what I mean? But they got to stop, man, because they all come from Scandinavian country, wherever they want to come from, but they better stop. That's why I don't run with it. And they say, oh, they're all in the... I get that we've got to be prepared, just in case it is the United Nations. But when I look, I see, well, they got white skin.
Yeah.
They've got white skin. Your government's white. Your government, the most of your government politicians look like, might spot the black and spot the Asian, but you see mostly white. Do you ever see a black woman standing really as a prime minister? No, you don't. Unless they're in Africa. Let's call it for real. Right? You know what I mean? So let's not pretend that... so I am different. I don't think the way they think. I think it's all done a psyop. It always works that way round.
As I say again, it's the divide and rule.
It's the divide and conquer, absolutely. But we're not going to... But lucky for us, there's a lot of us that's ethnic and white with families. So we can see through this.
Yeah.
But those who don't, they fear the bogeyman, as we say. They don't, and they don't see they're being used. So don't put your energy in looking what's in the hotel. Put your energy who owns the hotel. Put your energy who's funding the hotel. Put your energy who's above that.
Yes.
But stop blaming them, because they are being used the same as you.
Yeah.
And if you see signs like I see on TikTok, when we're out there, boat like no, and the guy's put like a cutthroat. No, not being funny. And something like no, you do F off, wouldn't you, to him? You do something like that when you say, well, that's all right, then wait till I get you then.
And before you slate them too much, those in the hotels, who's to say that when push comes to shove, they're not going to be on our side?
Because they're human, they've got families too.
Yeah.
Stop you. They're being bought. They're being given.
No one knows.
No one. I mean, they're doing delivery, but you'll take your delivery though from them, won't you? You'll ring, oh, can I have a delivery, please? Can I have an Uber? Do you know what I'm saying? You'll still take their liquor right, and they're delivering. They could deliver you poison, but you don't care because you want delivery with your pizza and things. Do you know what I'm saying? So let's go. I see something different, and I see sort of like history keeps, that circle keeps working. Yeah. Keeps working. And it always works that way. They tried it that way. It didn't work because they're united. The Black Lives Matter thing, even though it's a lot of profiteers, you can tell profiteers because they always wear a bloody mask on their face, dressed in black like Gestapo. You know, but let's be real. When it comes to, when it's the black person doing it, and the white people unite then, but when it's the other way around, it's, boy, are they so dispersed? No, that's you. And I keep hearing, oh, save our save our country, and it's white people. They keep saying, oh, our white country, white. Why are you saying white?
Yeah, Black Lives Matter. Wasn't that funded by George
George
Soros?
Yes,
Soros,
it was.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just like LGBTQTZJ.
Yeah.
And who do you think's funding what's in the hotel? It's all by design. They know people's not looking at the TV. So let's give them real life pat because they're not putting at TV.
George Soros, you're a naughty man.
Need TV because they're now doing their performing arts. They're doing pantomime for us, right in your face. They've got their pantomime. They've got their stage, and you're looking at the stage. That's what I feel. I
Right.
always go around the back and go on a ding, come forward, and make, oh look, it's me, blackface. Oh my God, they're there.
Can I ask you guys another question?
Yeah.
Do you think collaboration with other groups is very important right now to network with other
I
like-minded
think so.
people with different organisations?
Yeah, I
For us
do.
to probably
Yeah.
come under a big umbrella.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we've got
Yeah.
many groups out there.
Yeah, we have.
All and yeah, it does feel as though.
We share. In fact, we're doing that now. We actually share in groups.
Yeah.
Other groups, and we share like-minded things
Yeah.
because we are one.
Yeah.
Once we connect with that,
Yeah.
excuse me, yeah,
But we also need to have a physical presence in the sense that we need to come together physically as well.
we will.
Yeah.
Not just
Yeah.
by being
Yeah.
online, because we never know how long the internet is going to be up for.
Yeah.
And certain channels, and I'm on one right now, they've got some new rules that
Of course they have.
just brought out. So being on the internet is going to be much more harder in the future. Yeah, because we're
Says
talking about iris scanning and having your passport or some form of identity in order to get onto the internet.
Yeah.
No, there's a new rule or a new law that's coming out.
Their law. Always remember it's their
September.
law.
Yeah, this coming September.
Yeah. September, December.
2025.
Yeah.
More freedoms
That's their
going,
law.
more freedom.
And laws are there to be broken. But laws are meant to be there to be broken, aren't they?
Yes, of course.
No, that's their law. That's not my law.
Yes, you got to keep saying that.
The people, it's the people that give the law, make the law. And people got to stand and make their law. Not a handful.
Well, we're supposed to be
Majority.
living in a democracy, and our MPs are supposed to be there to represent us. But how many of them are actually really, truly representing us?
None, I
Because
would
there's a
say.
hidden hand anyway. We know that the Prime Minister of this country, and we know the President of America,
They're all
not
being
really,
blackmailed and they're all
they're
being-
not really the true power.
No, they're not the
They
power.
might
No.
think that they are,
They're just in the
but they're
front.
the hidden. They have a hidden hand behind them,
Yeah.
right? They have a puppet master that
Absolutely.
is controlling things.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do.
Through
The
these
patsies, if you ask me.
through these elite organisations.
Yeah.
Yeah. The true power of people. You
True
don't see.
power's-
You
yeah.
don't see the. Well, the true power is us, really,
Yeah.
the people. But in the upper echelons, yeah, those people are in power. You don't actually see them.
No.
And the governments and the prime ministers and the presidents are all just puppets. I'm gonna say that bit again.
Stop voting to be governed. Just
Yeah.
just vote for no government.
Yeah.
Don't be governed. We can we as
It still
society
enslaves us, and that's
Yeah.
what people don't realise, you know.
stop voting. Go to the ballot box.
Yeah.
Or if you have to have
Yeah.
ID, don't bother.
They've
Go
already,
vote.
they already know.
yeah,
They
they
already
select
plan
it.
who
Yeah. There's no
yeah.
such thing as election. It's a selection.
Yeah.
They
That's
put
right.
you slot them in, and Farage will be next, because you got to take the baton because no, because he wants a digital thing as well. Do you know what I mean? Knows the keywords, what he's saying to
Yeah.
rail them in. He say, oh no,
Yeah.
I'm for you. Knows all part of the plan. Don't vote
Yeah.
for any of them. To just don't vote for
That's right.
The
Yeah.
bullet or the ballot.
the ballot. Yeah, exactly. No, it's true. It's true.
Yeah.
No, you're right.
Yeah, and they got things such as a Gallup poll. Apparently, all these like little meanings, they're supposed to have a deeper meaning. You know, these little phrases and stuff.
Yeah.
Right. If you'd like to be remembered in the future, okay, or your legacy, you'd like to leave a legacy, what would it be? How would you like to be remembered?
So much.
Just so that my grandchildren
Yeah.
and you know can say that my grandmother fought and tried to,
Yeah.
it's that kind of thing, really.
And you want their freedom, you want to rise. My legacy is that we leave behind what
Yes.
our ancestors didn't leave us.
Yeah.
To know the crap we've just found ourselves in, and to break the cycle,
Yeah.
and to give our grandchildren's children's children the power to remove what's holding them, to try and, and giving them their laws and everything, so re-education, reprogramming. Yeah, reprogramming everything.
Come out of the matrix.
And don't be afraid to speak, and don't have to feel yourself you have to be indoctrinated with the education that you're given.
We're sovereign beings.
We're sovereign.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah. And don't register your babies later on in life at birth. Just don't do it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
There was something else I was going to ask earlier, actually, which was there's a lot of people now living off grid. Yeah, they want to come out of the matrix or out of the system. What do you think about it?
Me personally, I think I understand why they're trying to do that, but I say that you can run, but you can't hide.
That's true.
And you must stand in it and fight.
We've got to fight on.
You've got to stand and fight.
Just if everyone thought about running away, then
she's
what?
right.
It just continues. Yeah.
You're running from a situation instead of fighting within the situation. You see what they're going to try and do in. Yes, some of us might be taken out, but you've got to stand
and some
for your...
people can't. Some people are so poor, they're not able to do that. I mean, look at the way things are now with our food, everything's highly priced.
And poisoned and everything.
Yeah.
And I think that you must not run from the dirt that's coming.
Yeah.
Start building on the dirt that's coming.
Yeah.
And start to say, because through history we've always had cities, haven't we? We've always had cities, and the first thing to do in cities, because I think everyone's in towns and that, but I think you've got to stand in and fight. Don't run, don't hide.
Yeah.
But people who want to move out to the country, for example, out into the country, they don't really see that as, I suppose, running away from things. They won't see it the way that you're seeing it, as saying that they run away from the problems, really.
Yeah. But also, let's imagine the universe, say, for example. Some of us are chosen to deal with the city, and maybe some of us are chosen to deal with the country.
Yeah.
To keep things running and keep going. So while they nurture the country, but they, we're placed on, we're probably just being chosen to look out the city. We know what's coming. It's like if we're in an army, there's soldiers to put some at the front, some at the back. You get your sleepers waiting. When the time comes, you just wake up. But we all got a job to play. We've all got a part to play to keep civilization going, our communities going.
Yeah.
So some of us are chosen by free will, by the universe. Then that we have to stay in the city, and if they wipe us out, or at least we did it, tried, and those in the country. Do what you've got to do in the country.
And not everyone can go off grid. Look at the elderly. I mean,
that's
who's
true.
going to support the elderly?
Yeah.
What's going to happen there? If everyone decided to go off grid.
That is true.
Take them with you.
Well, if there's no homes in their care, how are you going to do? Because first of all, when you go off, you've got to find your plantation, basically, and you have to build your little thing. You've got flash. Carry, come, bring water. My kids say, "Mum, where are you going? You can't chop wood, carry, come, bring."
Yeah.
And it's true, I can't.
Yeah.
So I have to work with what I got, and keep it going. There's more of it. People got to understand there's billions of us. Let's give them 1 million. Let's allow there 1 million. Let's give them 5 million. But there's billions of us around the world. We're not the only ones. All around the world, they've got enemies now, and everybody can see them from every corner of the earth. There's nowhere for them to hide but a bunker.
Surely even people now that aren't labelled conspiracy theorists have got to be questioning.
They've got to.
Got to be. If they're not questioning now, then there's no hope. There's no hope.
In a war, they're the sitting ducks.
Yeah.
Because, I'm sorry, in a war, they said the strong shall survive. That's not physically, that's mentally. And I think the ones that are there, they're the chicken feed, we have to chuck to them. Keep them, they're the chicken feed that we got to keep going in our war. So, they're the sitting ducks, and sometimes in a war you have to have sitting ducks. They're in the front. They're in the front line. They're in the front line. Keep lining up for their thing. They're in the front line. But we have to be the restoration of our laws and our rules. We've got to be, because the laws, not our laws and rules. They're not ours. They don't belong to us.
No.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
So we're supposed to be sovereign beings.
Yeah.
Yeah. Could you explain to those people who's watching what a sovereign being actually means?
It's when you come out of the system, really, and
You recognise your worth, who you are. As a sovereign, you are your weight and your gold.
you come out, yeah.
You're your weight in gold. And no gold, no money off the tree, peeling the paper to make money. You are your worth weight in gold. And that makes you sovereign. It means to say, stand in your light, what you believe, no matter what, no one can mash you down, can break your spirit because you have hold of your own spirit. Type of thing, But you are your weight in gold.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we don't have to stay in their legal system.
No.
We're lawful. We go
Yeah.
by universal law. Not
The universal law, and there is a
Not
universal law. Even the United Nations knows the universal law, which they're breaking and not going to people. I think they need to educate themselves on the UK universal law, and it says we have a right to freedom, and right to speech, and right to freedom, right to movement. It says it, and it states there the universal law of the land.
So, is there anything else you'd like to say before we end this video?
Yes, I do. I'd like to say to people, do your research and look at the human rights of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, and it's the UDHR. It actually says it's a milestone document, and in the history of human rights, drafted by different legal, cultural backgrounds from all regions of the world. The declaration was proclaimed by the United Nations General Assembly in Paris on 10th of December in 1948. Now, I'd like you all to go in because the General Assembly was at 217A as a common standard, right? And it gives you a list of, there's 31 different preambles, right? And you need to read every one to find that you're being lied to. You have freedom. You have freedom not to be a slave. You have freedom of movement. You have freedom of voice. You have freedom of speech then. You have freedom of movement. When you get to see what your freedom and your rights are, no one can take it from you. And don't listen because they know full well you have this. No matter what they're passing in their thing. This was passed. Universal.
Yeah.
And you really need to look it up. Okay? Just look it up, and I gave you what it is, and I'll repeat it again. It is UDHR, and that is the Human Rights of Universal Declaration of Human Rights. I mean, and this gives you a document. They've got a document. So the world knows we are free, but we must act free. We've got freedom of speech, then speak. We've got freedom of move, then move. You know what I'm saying?
Word. Yeah.
What was that?
I just said word.
Word,
I mean,
yeah.
We're staying
It's
in
words.
this. We're staying in this system by paying our bills and
Yeah.
paying our taxes.
Yeah.
And all our taxes are done. They take all these taxes off us for illegal wars and stuff like that,
Yeah,
don't they?
treason.
So
It's all treason.
it is treason, yeah.
And they're pocketing. So when you put in charities, it don't always go to places where you work. You just got to do your research and find the higher being. We are the law, but we need to act like we're the law. We've got to start taking powers. They got the courts and councils. We can have courts and councils in our law. We're the majority.
Even when it comes to, sorry, I'm going back to this kind of tax in gas and even with our fuel, our gas and our electric, we get it from the ether. Everything is here naturally on the earth for us, and all our medicines. Yeah, you're right.
Stop buying. Start saying to yourself, I'm going to stop buying. I'll tell you who you should stop doing. Is drinking Coca-Cola. So I'm not telling you what to do, but remember, who owns Coca-Cola is BlackRock. So carry on. If you want to keep putting money into his pocket, because that's to your demise. But don't stop. Start with that. Say, well, what can I've got to buy this, that. But then stop drinking Coca-Cola, or probably don't stop having Kellogg. When you look at it, they earn their money through you.
It's not just
for people, isn't it? They're pocketing the money from you. Every time they're selling and buying, making themselves convenient for you.
All the energy drinks, monster drinks.
Yeah,
we're paying basically
for your own demise.
Yeah, we're basically paying them.
Yeah.
To control us.
Well, and we're also paying them to help kill us.
Yeah. Please kill us because we give you, we'll pay you some more.
Yeah.
Just wake up, people.
Yeah.
Even if you can't do everything, because we know people's purses are different. But so don't buy it. Just don't use it.
I think a lot of
And then do another 4 and another 4. You'll find out you can, you know.
I think the problem is because it's been made a world of convenience, people are quite happy to stay in that convenience
I know.
rather than to come out and face what's really going on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They'd rather just sit in, oh no, I can't be doing with that. What can we do about it anyway? We all know that cliche,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
yeah.
What you
They
can
think
do is
they're-
stop complying.
They think they're powerless, you know.
Could
They
you
don't
find
realise
as a
we're
teenagers?
powerful.
Yeah,
Sorry?
we are powerful. I feel the teenagers, where the Deliveroo came in at the same time, you know, and little Uber come in at the same time. The little kids nowadays, all they get a McDonald's or whatever they're doing, they'll order a Deliveroo, the teenagers, don't they, when they get their phone?
Yeah.
Oh, a Deliveroo come to the door for a biscuit or something. We've got to break that cycle, and you've got to let them know who they're, you know, why this is happening, and
Yeah.
educate our young people now. Start teaching them. Start
Yeah.
teaching what the schools won't teach them.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
But I love to, and also another thing, everybody stop tarring one person with one race with, you know, with one brush. It's like you're saying all Muslims are this, or all ethnics, or all whites are this and that. It's not the case. There's bad people and good people in all races. You've got pedos in all races. You've got murderers in all races. You've got thieves. But remember, look above you, who's really running the country and putting you in this prison. You know, there's lots of missions, but don't tar everybody just because one race is doing something. We have to unite. We stand together. Muslim, black, white, pink, yellow, Hinduism. Because remember one thing, they're all under Catholicism. The Catholic Church, the highest one, is the Pope. Ask yourself why he's the highest. Because he controls all the religions. So let's just say that. Go and do your research. But let's start standing together, and let's start uniting. And we're supposed to. That's the only power we're going to have.
Yeah.
Don't concentrate on looking at the hotels. Look who owns the hotel. Who's
Yeah.
funding it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'd like to thank Caitlin and also Vanna.
Yeah.
Okay. And please go to the site Inspiration Sovereign Community where you can get a lot more information. Anyway, thank you both. for
Thank
this
you.
video.
Thank you.
Thank you.